Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode those lengthy corporate filings to find the real story, and sometimes that story is just about paying people their due. Today we are looking at a filing from Bassett Furniture Industries Incorporated. Now, this is a pretty straightforward announcement. No major strategic shifts or dramatic financial swings here, but it does tell us about how the company is returning value to its shareholders. Bassett Furniture Industries is a company that has been around for a long time, manufacturing and retailing home furnishings. They operate across the United States and are publicly traded on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol Bassett. The most interesting part of this filing, and honestly the only real news, is within this section called Other Events. It's a pretty simple update, but for investors, it can be quite significant. So what does this mean in plain English? Bassett Furniture Industries has decided to reward its shareholders with a dividend. They are paying out 20 cents for every share of common stock that someone owns. This payment is scheduled for the 28th of November, and you need to officially own the shares by the 14th of November to be eligible. This is a sign that the company is financially healthy enough to distribute some of its profits back to the people who have invested in it. It is not a huge amount per share, but for companies it shows stability and a commitment to giving back to investors. Now this filing technically has an exhibit, which is the actual news release. We don't have access to the full financials for this quarter within this specific form, but the declaration of a dividend usually implies that the company has had a profitable period, or at least expects to maintain profitability going forward. Companies usually don't issue dividends if they are struggling financially, as it can put a strain on their cash flow. The news release itself, as mentioned, just elaborates on the dividend declaration. There are no new financial figures or significant business updates within this particular filing. It's purely about the dividend payment. Looking at the company S-listed securities, their common stock is registered on the Nasdaq exchange. This is where you would go to buy or sell shares of Bassett Furniture Industries. The stock symbol is Bassett while we don't have the latest earnings report attached here. A dividend of $0.2 per share is not a bad distribution, especially if the stock price is not excessively high. It provides a steady, albeit modest, return for investors. The report is signed by J. Michael Daniel, who holds the position of Senior Vice President, Chief Financial and Administrative Officer. This is the typical officer who would attest to the accuracy of such filings. Now, let's put on our Warren Buffett hat. What does this dividend announcement really mean? For a company like Bassett Furniture, which operates in the sometimes cyclical furniture industry, a consistent dividend signals confidence in their business model and their future earnings potential. It is a way to attract and retain investors who are looking for income, as well as potential capital appreciation. Unlike aggressive growth companies that might reinvest every penny back into the business, a company like Bassett, which is more established, can afford to give some of that profit back to its owners. This might indicate a mature business that is not necessarily expecting explosive growth, but is focused on steady performance and shareholder returns. One thing to consider is the amount of the dividend. 20 cents per share might not sound like much, but if you own a significant number of shares, it can add up. It also indicates how the company views its current financial health. If they can comfortably pay this dividend, it implies their operations are running smoothly and they have sufficient cash reserves. However, we would ideally want to see this dividend alongside the company's earnings per share to really gauge how sustainable it is. A strong earnings report backing this dividend would be a very positive sign. Without it, it is just a promise of payment. In terms of risks, the furniture industry can be sensitive to economic downturns. If consumer spending on big-ticket items like furniture decreases, Bassett could see a dip in sales. This could, in turn, impact their ability to pay dividends in the future. However, the very act of them announcing this dividend suggests they are not overly concerned about an immediate downturn. They are likely confident in their ability to weather any short-term economic storms. An opportunity here for investors is the potential for a consistent income stream. If Bassett continues to perform steadily and adjust dividends as needed, it's a good stock for those who want a bit of passive income. It's not flashy, but it's reliable. Overall, this filing is a positive but minor indicator for Bassett Furniture Industries. It tells us the company is profitable enough to share its success with its shareholders, and that management is confident in its continued ability to do so. It's a sign of a mature, stable company. What do you all think about this dividend announcement? Does this make Bassett Furniture Industries a more attractive investment for you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Corporate Decoder for more insights into the world of business. And don't forget to join our Discord community. The link is in the description for more discussions and analysis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next decode.